So welcome all the students to the mergers and acquisition discussion here. So we'll take up the question number 9, which is given in the handout. So question 8 would be the homework for you all. So let's look at the question 9 today. So I'll just go through the what is given into the question. So here we have two companies named as ACC and RCC. Its revenue, cost of goods sold, EBIT, expected growth rate, and the cost of capital is been given for the two companies, that is the values are been mentioned in the lakhs. Both the firms are in steady state with the capital spending offset of depreciation. It means the values are being adjusted with the depreciation. Both the firms are subject to the tax rate of 30%. Fine. So for above that we have been asked you to calculate various sub questions. So let's look at each of this. So compute the value of the both the firms as separate entity. The first thing what is that it is asking you to calculate the value of the firm, individual value of the firm as a separate entity. So what should be the value, right? So as I said, like there are the different ways of calculating the value. One would be the market value based method, right? So either there would be discount valuation method or relative valuation method. So with the given data, I need to calculate value of the firm individually. So what I will do here is earning before interest and tax of the two companies are being given, right? So I will take into the consideration earning before interest and tax of the two companies, right? So minus the tax rate. If I take it out the tax rate, that is the 30%. If I take it out, that is for, let's say, for ACC company EBIT is 200 minus 30% tax rate 60, right? So future cash flows of the companies are 140 for ACC. Similarly for RCC it is 105. So I need to calculate value of the firm for the separate entity, right? So here the growth rate is given, cost of capital is given, and the future growth, future cash flows are being given. So looking at this value, I need to easily assess that. I need to calculate the value by using a discounted cash flow method. So I will use a formula called formula equals to future cash flow, open the bracket, 1 plus G divided by R minus G, right? So here I have a future cash flow for ACC, that is 140, open the bracket, 1 plus the growth rate is given as 6%, 1 plus 0.06 divided by 0.08 minus 0.06. So I'll be getting the value of the firm as 7,420 lakhs. Similarly for RCC, I will calculate, I'll be getting the value of 5,670, right? So this is the first solution for the first sub question, where I have calculated value of the individual company separately. The second sub question here is calculate the combined value of the entity assuming merger does not yield any synergy, right? So it's very simple. What I have been calculated for sub question 1, the value of individual firm separately. When I add up the two values, I will be getting the combined value. So value of the ACC plus the value of RCC, it will give the value as 13,090. Okay, this is the solution for the second sub question. And the third sub question here is compute the cost of capital and expected growth rate for combined entity. Okay, so individual company growth rate and the cost of capital is given to you. We need to calculate the combined cost of capital and the growth rate. Fine. So here I will be using a weighted average cost of capital formula. As you might be familiar, this formula in the financial management semester 2. Okay, the same formula I will apply, the methodology I will apply, and get the value of combined cost of capital and combined growth rate. And the formula goes like this: cost of capital of the acquiring firm multiplied by the value of acquiring firm divided by combined value, plus cost of capital of the target firm multiplied by value of the target firm divided by total combined value. Substituting this value, I will be getting the value as 8.86. Similarly, the same method if I apply for the growth rate and the substituting the values, fine. So I'll be getting the value as 6.87 percentage. Okay, so combined value as I have been calculated in the sub question 2, where I will extract the values, and individual value, that is value of acquiring company, which is given in the question, right? So growth rate of the acquiring company and the growth rate of the target company is also given in the question, which is for separate entity. Substituting, we will get the solution for the sub question 3. Now let's discuss the sub question 4. Sub question 4 is little tricky here. What is been asking is we need to calculate where we have it two scenarios, scenario 1 and scenario 2. The first scenario here is merger is expected to create an economy of scale that will reduce the cost of goods sold to 40%. Okay, so what it says is the cost of goods as it is being given in the question, right? So 300 lakhs for the ECC and the 250 lakhs for RCC, it would be reduced by 40%. The cost of goods are going to be reduced by 40%, and I need to look at for the combined value of the firm with the synergy benefit. So let's present the data here. So I'll be calculating parallelly for scenario 1 and scenario 2, right? So for scenario 1, so what is the revenue it is been given? The combined revenue, if it is say combined revenue, if the both the firms work together, right, after the merger when they function, the combined revenue that both the firms that generates is the 900 lakhs, which have been written, and the scenario 1 and scenario 2 the same, revenue remains the same first. Then the synergy benefit, what we say is less the cost of goods sold, that is 40% of 900. The cost of goods sold would be the 40% of its revenue in the scenario 1. So 40% of 900 would be the 360 would be the cost of goods sold, whereas 60% of the revenue in the scenario 2. So 60% of the total revenue for the 900, it comes out to be 540. So what is the EBIT left over? This is with respect to synergy which I am calculating, right? If there is no synergy, whatever the data which has been given, I will be taking the same thing. Since there is a synergy here, I need to apply the synergy benefit. So EBIT would be the 540, that is 900 minus 360 would be a 540 for scenario 1. Then less the 30% tax of EBIT, that is 162. So future cash flow would be 378. Similarly in the scenario 2, so EBIT is 360 minus 30% of the EBIT is 108. So future cash flow comes out to be 252. So here I calculated the future cash flow for scenario 1 and for scenario 2, right? So once I calculate the future cash flows, then I need to calculate the value of the firm, which I have been done in the sub question 1. So before to that, I need to take the combined, what is the cost of capital, which I have been calculated in the sub question 3, that is combined cost of capital and combined growth rate, right? So fine, let's look at here. For the scenario 1, what they say is there is only a reduction of 30%. The cost of goods are going to reduce by 40% of its revenue in the scenario 1, that is a synergy benefit. So post merger cost of capital is 8.86, which is calculated value in the sub question 3. Then what is a growth rate? Growth rate is 6.87, which is calculated in the sub question 3, right? There is no changes in the post merger cost of capital and the growth rate for the scenario 1. But in scenario 2, if you just look at, there is no doubt decrease in the decrease in the cost of goods sold by 60%, and also there is a change in the growth rate. It means post merger growth rate is going to change to 8%, whereas cost of capital, which what we have been calculated in sub question 3, would remain the same. So that is where it has been shown 8.86 and 8.86 in scenario 1 and scenario 2. Cost of goods sold or cost of capital will remain the same for scenario 1 and scenario 2, which we have been calculated in sub question 3. But whereas in the growth rate for scenario 1 is 6.87, which we have been calculated, but whereas in scenario 2 it is 8%, as it is given in the question. If we just look at the question, sub question 4, scenario 2, right, the growth rate is going to be 8%. These are the two adjustments. Based on these two adjustments, the input, the future cash flow, the growth rate, and the cost of capital, I'll be calculating the formula, that is value of the combined firm, by using the standard formula, right? So here it has been shown for scenario 1, the value of the combined firm would be 378. That is the future cash flow for scenario 1, that is 378, open the bracket, 1 plus the growth rate, 1 plus the growth rate, that is growth rate is 0.0687 divided by the cost of capital, that is 0.0886 minus the growth rate. Similarly, we will be getting the value of 20 lakhs 20,300 lakhs. Similarly, for the scenario 2, the future cash flow is 252. Open the bracket, 1 plus the growth rate is 8%. By taking into consideration this growth rate, right? So we will be calculating the value here. Just make okay. So we will be getting the value of scenario 1 and scenario 2. Fine. So now we need to know what is the value of the synergy. How much is the synergy benefit with and without synergy, overall synergy benefit, right? So value of the combined firm with the synergy. If we just look back here, right? So what is that? We got it for scenario 1, that is 20,300 minus 13,090. 13,000 is the value of the combined firm without synergy, as we have been calculated in the subquestion 2. Whereas scenario 2, that is 31,646.51 minus 13,090, right? We will get the synergy benefit. So by easily we can come to know what is the synergy benefit for scenario 1 and scenario 2. This is comes to an end about the sub question number 3. Okay, thank you.